Welcome to the Jan Podcast, Season 1, Episode 28. I am your host, Jan. What's going on, folks? As usual, I'll start the podcast off with a traffic peeve. I can't help it. I drive all freaking day. Well, I don't drive all day. I drive to work in terrible traffic. Okay, we're talking bumper to bumper, crappy drivers. So it gets on your nerves. And every day that I drive, I could give you 5 peeves. For real. I mean, it is annoying. But I mean, I think most people can this particular peeve, most people can relate. Have you ever been in the fast lane and you're not asking to go particularly fast, you're just trying to move, right? Faster than the speed limit, okay? It's a vehicle that's driving in that lane that won't yield and they won't go the speed of the flow of the traffic. They're holding up multiple cars, not just you. You're the one right behind them, but they're holding up multiple cars and people are starting to lose their shit. When people start passing in lanes that aren't pass lanes and they're practically rear-ending each other and it just gets crazy. Yeah, that's what happens. That's why they give you tickets for going too slow, by the way. Yes, I don't know if they do that everywhere, but I don't know why they don't. But yeah, so that was my vehicle peeve. So we'll knock that out right away. But I do have a different peeve, okay? My peeve is where was I? I was at Costco. No, it wasn't Costco. Yeah, it was Costco. I was at Costco and there was these two people and they had this very expensive car and they dressed very nice and they put their groceries in their trunk and they just pushed the cart and just left it like half into another parking space and in the freaking in the middle of the roadway to get into park. And they get in their car and they leave. Okay, so that's a peeve of mine. If you're too lazy to put your card away, you got problems, okay? You need to take a good hard look at yourself. That's pretty lazy. Put your damn card away. Don't push it up on the curb. Put it away. Oh my goodness. Judge much? Yes, I do, actually. Thanks for asking. Wait, I didn't want. I have a different logo I want to put on. It's playing games with me right now. Let's see. How about this one? Like, follow, and share. That would be lovely. I mean, I guess we got to start with listen first, right? We'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. That's freaking hilarious. Yeah, I was gonna talk about Purple Rain, but there's really not much more I can say about Purple Rain other than just Prince was just such an amazing person, and it was funny to think that he was such a great athlete. He could play ball in heels, and I mean, he could play any damn instrument, and he could rip a guitar like it was his best friend. I mean, he was so gifted. It sucks. I was gonna mention a movie that I intend to watch this weekend, and I realize that's coming up here. It's called Play Dirty with Mark Wahlberg and Keith Stanfield. He's from Knives Out. He was pretty good detective, or he was a sergeant or a lieutenant. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, it looked pretty good. I like Mark Wahlberg for the most part, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime. Amazon, find your happy place and see where it takes you. It's on Amazon. Someday I'll get paid for that. That's funny. Um, Also, I was thinking the other day, I was thinking about the first time my dad taught me how to ride a bike. Okay. And just how important bikes in general were to the youth of my age. They were pretty freaking important. That was how you got around. You rode a bicycle and you rode to someone's house and you rode to this and you rode to the park and you rode everywhere and you rode places your parents didn't know you were riding. It was great. As long as you were back by dark, no one cared. My dad, I had this bike, okay? My first bike was well, the first bike I remember um was a bike that had a big old banana seat on it with it was blue with like glittery kind of stuff in it and it was like a plasticky kind of like it would get hot as fuck in the summer. But it was cool and it was cushiony. And then I had this huge sissy bar on the back that was actually pretty tall. And then I had these like ape hanger freaking handlebars in the front that you hang on to. And I really loved that bike. I rode the hell out of it. But when I was learning to ride, that's the bike I was learning to ride on. And it was easy for my dad to teach me because he just kind of sprint along or run along. I couldn't go too fast. He'd run along and he'd hold the sissy bar and it would balance the bike. Right. So we'd be riding. I'd be riding along, and he'd be running beside me, and he's holding it, and he's telling me, "Oh, good job, good job. Okay, turn in this, lean into that, da, da, da," and he's telling me what to do, and I'm like, "Okay, okay." And we turn the corner, and we flip a Yui in the street, and we're gonna head back home now, right? So we're heading back home, and I'm riding along, and I'm like, "Man, this is a lot of fun." He's like, "You go, you got it," and he just goes, "Shing," and let's go. And I'm like, "Hey, I liked it, Dad. How do I stop? Right into the back of the neighbor's car." Oh man. Yeah, we probably should have secured the fact that I didn't know how to stop. That probably should have happened before we got to that level, but I think we were just excited I was balancing. It was pretty funny. I'm not sure if I damaged the car. I would have to call the local historian and find out. And that would be my mother. Yes, because she remembers all things like that for sure. That was probably a good one to hold on my dad. He was probably like, ah, shit. Oh man, funny. But yeah, that bike, I love that bike. That bike I had, oh boy, I had it for many years. I had it when they started making BMX bikes when those were really popular, and I mean those things were expensive. Uh, They cost a lot of money. And one of my friends had one, so we were trying to do what we could with what we had. So I took that big ass seat off and I put a BMX seat on, and I took my big old sissy bar handlebars off, and I put BMX handlebars on there, and I took the sissy bar off the back. Yeah, but it wasn't a BMX, it was a BM. Yeah, yeah, it was what it was at that point. But it had a cool paint job because I spray painted it, so it was like started like yellow and kind of went into dark red. It was kind of cool. But that was my bike for a long time. I had a lot of fun on that bike. Rode around all over my hometown on that bike. Just places I probably shouldn't have been, but there I was. That's fun, right? We always encouraged everybody in our family. We were always like doing something, you know what I mean? So we would be on a bike and it wouldn't be any big deal because we'd all be on a bike. Mom had like this 3-speed, this green 3-speed. And it had like a seat on the back for my sister when she was little. That tells you how old that bike was. Um, I remember taking it one time, and I'm not sure why I did, but I'm pretty sure I probably wasn't supposed to. But I took it, and I was riding down a alley with my buddy, and I hit a what it looked like a little puddle, and ended up being a freaking huge ass pothole. Son of a bitch! It's a lesson learned, Do not judge a puddle by its outward appearance. Yes. Uh, yeah, so I hit that and just fucking flew, and the bike landed on me, and when it did, the spokes landed on my leg, and like one of the spokes embedded in my leg a little bit, and I was like, ah, and I pulled it out. I was like, son of a bitch. So I'm looking at it and I'm bleeding, and I've got mud and all kinds of crap all over me, and the bike is just covered in mud. So yeah, so I basically use my clothes to clean the bike off so I don't get in trouble. She won't notice my clothes are completely muddy and the bike is still muddy. But yeah, it didn't hurt the bike. I got lucky. I got lucky. Well, I guess you could say lucky. Really wasn't lucky that I had spoke land on my leg, but other than that, I was lucky. Yeah, if you call it luck. But yeah, that was a fun one. I think it was my first bike that I was racing my sister in the street, and I was standing on the pedals so I could get ultimate pedal power out of it. And I went pump, pump, and I pumped again, and my chain goes swing. And I had just changed it, and I guess I didn't tighten my back tire or something. I don't know. The chain just goes swing, and I was like, ah! And I went over the top of it, and it landed down on top of my fucking collarbone. Oh my God, that hurt. Yeah. It took me a while to get home for that one. Whee! Yeah. More injuries. I know. More collarbones. Yes. Lovely. Lovely. Skateboards, bicycles. My collarbone didn't like either one of them. No, they didn't. Good times. Good times. Oh, that's funny. But yeah. I also want to talk about have you ever had you ever dream and you're knocked out into your dream and you're in your dream and you have like good vivid memory of this dream because some dreams you don't you're like you wake up and go did I dream this one you're dreaming and you're in it good or bad, all right. Mine usually is a nightmare. I'm having something that's upsetting me and I wake up and when I go back to sleep I jump right back into my dream. Oh, it sucks. I never get to jump back into a good one. And that always ends right before anything great happens. It's like, son of a bitch. It's like you pull the arm of the freaking slot machine. It's like 7, 7, and no, alarm, no, no. I was gonna win. Mm-hmm. C'est la vie. But yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I also have had dreams where I'm not sure if I'm asleep or awake. I really don't know. I'm like, am I actually awake? Because I feel like I'm really awake, but there's like a toilet in the living room. So I don't know. Something's wrong. Something's out of place. I don't understand what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but something's not right. But it kind of feels right, but it's not. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if well, the toilet in the living room, I doubt anyone else has done that, but I actually did have a weird dream with that. So that was strange to say the least. Oh my God. Um, I also have had like the cliff twitch, so to speak. Like you fucking go off the cliff and you're like, "Nee," and your body jumps. And you're like, because you're fucking going off a cliff. Fuck. I've had those, and then I've had like the cloud jumping kind of dreams, like where you're jumping and you feel like light as a cloud. You're just floating kind of, and then you come down. And you're like, ah. Yeah, those are scary. I've dreamed that I've taken a car off of like I don't know if it was a ramp or off a cliff or something, but oh my gosh, yeah, it was scary. It was scary. And those are the ones you wake up right before you're gonna die. It's like, oh, thank goodness I woke up. I don't know if I don't know if you've ever heard of lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is basically controlling what you do in your dream. You actually have complete control of your dream. You can travel, you can learn. Maybe you want to learn another language, you could lucid dream and learn your skills. They say that you retain things from it, so that would be interesting. Like we don't do enough when we're awake, right? We got to learn and do fucking other shit while we're sleeping. It's not enough. It's not enough. No, no, no. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I had one more thing I wanted to talk about. What the heck was it? Oh, have you ever like I've gone on like tons of road trips, okay, and some were really boring and some were very interesting. Like there was so much to look at. It was hard to pay attention to the damn road because there's so much to look at. But there are highways and interstates in California that are boring as fuck, and Interstate 5 is one of them. It's boring as fuck, okay? There is a whole bunch of nothing on Interstate 5. So, but I mean, if you don't mind nothing, then I mean, you get a nice little view of the mountains of the Mount Diablo and all that kind of crap, but it's not much to brag about, you know what I mean? And you'll be driving along, and maybe because California's so warm all the time, uh, you get like kind of spacey, like you space out, and you kind of snap out of it, and you realize you've gone like 6 or 7 fucking miles, and you haven't looked at the road or even thought about what you were doing. Oh my God, I have done that more than I care to admit. It's like you just go into autopilot. It's really strange, and I'm sure accidents happen because of that, but not me, of course, but someone else, I'm sure. But not me, not me. And not you either. I'm sure none of you, no, no. We're all good. We're all good. Oh man. I did have something I wanted to talk about, but I realized when I spoke with the resident expert that I may have been wrong about what town it occurred in, and I'm slightly confused about that. So I need to do a little more research, and I need to get with my resident expert and get her opinion on exactly why the hell I think it's one town over the other. We'll find out because unfortunately, if it's something like that, she's usually right. Oh, I wanted to talk about my favorite candies. Snap! Oh, if you don't know by now, I adore Reese's peanut butter cups. I have one waiting for me right now, a Reese's peanut butter cup, and I love them. They're my Achilles heel of candy, for real. And they have been like since I bought my first candy bar, they have been my favorite. Although I do enjoy a Snickers. Hmm. And I do like oh, what's the one that's like a Snickers without the peanuts? Milky Way? Milky Way. There you go. I like Milky Ways. About it. No, no, I like other candies, but those are the ones I like the most right now. Twix is okay too. I don't mind Twix, but when I was a kid, there was this one candy. We had the best. There was like a local little tiny grocery store that was just down the street from our house, and you could ride your bike to it. And you could leave your bike against the fence and against the building, and no one would take it. Back in the day. But we'd go and we ride our bikes there and we'd just ditch them and we'd run in with our change that we got from raking leaves or whatever or doing our chores, whatever. We'd run in and we'd go right to the candy section. And we would go there because they had an amazing candy section. It was taller than we were. I mean, like if you wanted some of the stuff on the top, you had to get a grown up to get it for you because it was way up there. And it was just full of candy, always, always packed. And they had this one candy. It was like a Hershey Kiss, but it wasn't Hershey's. They were loose inside this tube, and the tube had little caps on the end, and it was like colored red, blue, and gold. I think those were the colors. I think it had like a stagecoach, like a royal stagecoach or something on it. I can't remember, but I don't even remember what they were called. I remember I didn't like the chocolate. It was really waxy and I or not waxy, but it would leave like a sludge behind. I can't stand anything like that. Must be like maybe I don't know what they use in it, but ugh, I didn't like it. But the tubes were amazing. I use those tubes for everything, man. I'd glue the one end and I'd glue the other end and we'd play with them. Oh man, we had so much fun with those damn tubes. So yeah, I didn't buy it for the candy. I bought it for the tubes. Hence, yeah, you know, like people buy Altoids, right? In the tins. You buy it for the mints, but you kind of buy it for the tin too, don't you? Just a little bit there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You did buy it for the tin. Everybody buys that for the tin. Don't give me that crap. But yeah, I just kind of like the different candies that are all gone now. It kind of sucks. There's a few I miss, but most of them they fade away and I don't even notice they're gone because there's so many more coming out. Who the hell notices? But I do love candy. That's not good for me, but I do love it. Yes, I do. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I appreciate you listening. I would appreciate if you like, follow, and share. And I can even, help you along with that by mentioning to like, follow, and share. Right? That's my call to action, people. I also would rather that you adopt than shop. I would rather, but I think the dog would probably rather too. There's lots of dogs that need to be rescued. And I'm probably going to end up with one pretty soon because my old girl's getting a little long in the tooth. Yeah, but okay, well, um, I think that's it. I'm gonna research with the grand poobah of information, and I shall get back to you with some movie trivia for the what is it? Play Dirty. I'm definitely gonna watch it. So if you guys watch it too, maybe I'll do a trivia thing for it. I also wanna do a poll at the end of this to see if you've ever had a lucid dream before. Some people do. Some people lucid dream quite easily, and some people don't. So I was curious. Have you ever lucid dreamed? Hmm. Meh. All right. We'll talk to you next time. Bye. Meh.